Everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a great day. So there's a lot going on. Just every time you think that there's nothing going on, you're wrong. There's always something. So if you were paying attention to the Fed yesterday, what they said or what Chair Powell said was that they're not really going to expect to see anything until 2025, meaning a good economy, low inflation, or manageable inflation. They're trying to get to that 2%. That says a lot, right? Because we're still in 2022. So does that mean we have 3 years before we see something? I don't think so. I think things will start looking up in about, a little over a year. I just don't think that we'll be all the way there until then. So maybe that's what he meant. Unfortunately, that sent the markets, all the markets, just out the window. So we'll just have to wait and see. Really will. I'm doing a lot of DCAing, meaning dollar cost averaging. I'm not going to try to catch a falling dagger. It's just not going to happen. But I'm going to invest as I'm supposed to, a little bit here and there, on a regular scheduled basis in the digital assets that I'm interested in, as well as other investment vehicles that I'm interested in. So that's my advice, for me and my kids. What I found to be interesting was you had the 7 banks that I reported yesterday that were sitting in front of all of in front of Congress yesterday, and I sat there and I was listening, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, wow, Jamie Dimon really hates crypto, but his company doesn't. So he calls cryptocurrencies Ponzi schemes. Meanwhile, the analysts at his financial institution, JPMorgan Chase, are covering crypto, making recommendations for crypto. His own company has its own crypto, JP Coin, and they'll say it's a private blockchain, which for the most part it is. However, his liking of DeFi and other things makes you stop and go, well, how can you like DeFi and not like crypto? Decentralized finance. I'm wondering if that also comes from, Onyx Digital Assets, having a deal with, who is it, BlackRock, to tokenize a whole bunch of things, which they probably have other clients that they're tokenizing different assets as well. And I'm sitting here and I'm just going, they kind of hate on crypto, hate on public crypto, but don't hate on blockchain, the underlying technologies and other things you can do within the crypto space like DeFi, privately. So my take is that, yeah, crypto's bad because it's, availed to the masses. But private crypto is good because it's availed to institutional and wealthy investors. Okay, grain of salt. FTX making moves again. They're going for $1 billion raise, and they're looking at a $32 billion valuation. You think he'll get it? Oh yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried is definitely going to get it. He's definitely going to get it. Why? Because he's firing on all cylinders. The plan is to increase not just the breadth of services, but the depth of services that FTX can offer its clients on a global scale. And he's already there. An example is a 30% investment in Skybridge Capital. That happened last week? So that was coming along. So I'm just looking at all the moves that they're making over there, and I'm just saying, yeah, he's gonna get it. And what does that mean? There are gonna be some serious transactions that are gonna happen stemming from that. Now, Société Générale I think it's Société Générale. Not sure, but Société Générale. Sorry for ruining the name, but it's easier for me in my language. I know I'm rude. Sorry. The company, which I've always heard of fond things of, they're getting into the game. They're going to offer digital asset custodial services for portfolio managers that are performing those services for their clients. That's kind of big. France's third largest bank getting into the game. As you continue to look at the cryptocurrency space, more and more and more traditional, financial institutions are going to get into the game. And the reason why is fairly simple. Get in or be left out. And if you're left out, you're done. That's pretty much the message that I'm getting right now. It's pretty clear. I mean, it says when NASDAQ is going to start offering similar services or custodial services to institutional investors. Let that wash over you. NASDAQ. Again, anybody in the traditional financial space is saying to themselves, if we're not doing something with cryptocurrencies, digital assets in general, the message is you might as well pack up and go home. That's the message that I'm getting. It wouldn't be an overnight thing, right? It would wind up being a long-term thing. But eventually, yeah, if you're not doing something and somebody else is, I'm going to go to the somebody else because they offer me the most robust package. Makes you stop and wonder about how things work and what companies are doing. So, very interesting play for me. Now, everybody knows, my kids know, everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Coinbase. Now, supposedly, as of a report from the Wall Street Journal today, they took part in a test, or they ran a test for proprietary trading. Proprietary trading is when a company takes its own money to invest alongside its clients' money. Yeah, that causes a conflict of interest, or it can cause a conflict of interest. Well, they did it. They raised the $100 million through a an insured note. Give me a moment and I'll tell you the details. Via a structured note, $100 million structured note that they then sold to Invesco for a 4.01% fixed rate. And they used it to pull profit from cryptocurrency markets. Allegedly. This report that I saw in the Wall Street Journal, I want to say like 15 minutes ago. Wow. There were tons of reasons for me not to like Coinbase before, and I, again, don't like them even more now. Just adds to the list. How did they do it? Oh, that's right. They allegedly hired a minimum of 4 Wall Street traders. So apparently, well, there's your idea on how you might be able to find new revenue streams, which is what they're really trying to do. So they tested something. That doesn't mean that it's ongoing. It means they tested it. And a transaction was able to happen. However, it does mean that they're looking for new ways of making money. Now, I literally just told you about FTX and what they're doing, right? If somebody else has already done the research, why don't you leverage their research to do what you got to do? Why do this? I mean, to me, that's kind of shady. That really is kind of shady. Not shady like it's doing something bad to their clients, but it places their clients in a position where, are you always going to make the right decision for me versus your company because you're trying to make the same transaction? Because you can kind of see how if you have a whole bunch of people that are, buying into something, that you might go and try to short that market or something like that. There are just all kinds of ways that something can go awry. And I'm just wondering, why would you do it? That's all I'm saying. So you've got a lot that's going on that could have, very, very long-term effects, depending on how they pan out. NASDAQ getting into the space, Société Générale getting into the space, the Fed not seeing something for a long period of time, Jamie Dimon kind of playing both sides to the middle. I'm sitting there and I'm going, that's interesting. I also look at, a company like an FTX that's, they still have money in the war chest, and now they're going to get another billion. Yes, they're going to be going out there and making some acquisitions. I'm interested to see what kind of acquisitions they're going to make. Now, we should actually go take a look at the numbers real quick. They picked up a little bit, but the hit from yesterday is still, not all that great. Also, what we have is, there you go. That's what's supposed to happen. The the hard fork, the Vassal hard fork, was supposed to be completed today or started. I forget which one, because some are saying it's supposed to be completed by today. Some are saying it's getting started today. Whatever it is, a Vassal hard fork is here. All right. Start off with the market. The market is still at 22. No, I don't have any news on Cardano's hard fork yet. I'm hoping to get some later on today as things go forward. We'll see what happens. But really, it's a great thing. With everything that they have promised that's coming with this hard fork, I think Cardano's going to shoot up. That's really what I think is going to happen. Fear and greed index is still the same as yesterday at 22. So kind of, all right. Everything's still moving sideways. You can see by my inner band. The inner band is the green track right here. So all of this. And then you have my outer band, which is the track right here. Everything's trading below my inner band. Now, I'm actually happy that we took that kind of a hit, but didn't go all the way down to that 17.6 that I tell you about, that I'm paying attention to. So far, that's still the resistance level. Could we go lower than that? Absolutely, we can go lower than that. Do I think we will? Time will tell. Time will tell. I don't think we're going to get too far away from it in either direction, actually. I really don't. I think there's going to be a range, and I think that range is going to be my blue bar. So anywhere from 23.5 down to 17.6, 23.4 down to 17.6. I think that's where we're going to just be bouncing in a lateral position. We'll just be moving sideways for a while. Unless something happens. Something big. Like a major catalyst that's already a macro event. Could be, Putin, is bounced out of power and bringing to an end the war in Ukraine. That would be huge on many different levels. Because what would be the first thing that Ukraine would do? They'd have to fire up their engines that made them money. Where do they make their money? That's right, farming. I believe it's wheat. So that's one thing that would have to happen. And a lot of those things were destroyed. So they'd have to retill the land, get everything back into order. But that would obviously speed up the process. So that would have a profound effect on food prices going forward. Right? If that was to happen, you would have energy being turned back on for Europe, most likely. That would definitely pump up the future. So yeah, you have certain macro events that can happen going in either direction, because right now Putin's kind of in a corner. Big Daddy China doesn't like what he's doing. His pal India over in India doesn't like what he's doing. He's getting major kickback or pushback from the world. He's in a corner. And as you know, when an animal's, trapped in a corner, not necessarily so that you can kind of predict what they're going to do. So, don't know yet. But an army, Russia's always touted their army and their military capability and all their armaments, and now they're calling up, reserves. Just saying. That's big. That is very big. So one way or another, I think, within the next 6 months or so, 6 months to a year, you're gonna have some kind of a conclusion to what's going on in Ukraine, one way or another. I think it's starting to come to a head, just like that guy, number 45. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. Have a great one.